Hello everyone, my name is Pratham Paul and welcome to another video of the Python programming playlist. In this video, we are going to talk about global and local variables in Python. In the previous video, we have discussed about Python functions. So, without global variables and local variable concepts, you cannot proceed further with a stronger basics. Okay, so it's very important to understand what is global variable and what is local variable. Here, Python global variables are those that are not defined inside any function and have a global scope. Now, what is global scope? I will discuss. Whereas Python local variables are those which are defined inside a function and their scope is limited to that function only. In other words, we can say that local variables are accessible only inside the function, whereas in the global variables are accessible throughout the entire program, from any from any location inside that file, okay, or Python file. You can access that global variable, okay, inside any function. From any function also you can access. Let me give you an example here. For example, let's check. For example, this is a scope. Okay, scope means, for example, an area we can consider for now. So here these are all the local functions inside a program. There are various functions. For example, in these functions, x is defined as 10. If you want to print inside that function, x will give you the 10. From here 11 will with output 12, 13, 14, 15 accordingly. But for example, from 15 it is not there. For example, now if you want to print x, the value of x from here, it will check as in the local scope there is no variable called x, then it will go for a global scope. It will check, okay, x is 20. Then from here, if you want to print, then x will come as 20. Okay, obviously it will be printed out. Okay, now for example, if it is not there, for example this one is not there, then obviously 20 will be printed out. Okay, now for example, let me give you an example. X equal to what we have did 20, for example. Okay, def f1, okay, and inside that x equal to 10 and then print x. If you see, sorry, that f1 should be called, okay, so here you can see 10 is there. Now if I comment this one, okay, if I comment this one and if I check now, you can check 20 is getting printed out, correct? So that is the global and local. If locally in this scope, this is the scope, okay, in this scope, if the variable is not there, okay, it will check the global scope, next global, actually not all the global. I will explain, don't worry. For example, x equal to 12. Here, for example, another function is there, def f2, where x equal to 12, and if you write print x, and then if you call f2, for example, then you can see 12 is getting printed out. Now if you want to comment it and if you want to run, so 20 is getting printed out. This is the thing. Okay, this one layer, inside one layer there is another layer, that's it. Now this kind of scenario could be there where multiple layers are there. Okay, let me explain. For example, def f1, okay, for example, x equal to 10 and then f2 is called, for example. Now what is f2? F2 is something def f2 where x equal to 13 and then here print x, and here also print x, and yeah, that's the thing. Okay, now let me run this. Oh, sorry. Yeah, f1 should be called. Okay, now for example, if you want to run, so you can see 10 and 13 is getting printed out. Now where 10, where 13, let's analyze that. Okay, 1 second, move it to the right, top right, yes, here. Okay, so here, like, first of all f1 is getting called. Okay, so it is cursor is coming here, x equal to 10, print x, that's why the 10 is printed out. Now here f2 is getting called, whereas it will be like cursor will come here, x equal to 13. Okay, it's getting printed out. Now for example, let me comment it and let me run it, so you can see what is happening. 10 and 20. Okay, why 10 and 20? Because obviously it will print the 20, the global one it will check. Okay, and for example, if I give for example here, okay, now okay, not as this one. Okay, now give me another example. For example here, print x. Okay, f2, and here if I write x equal to 13 and then print x. Now if you see, okay, print x is getting printed, and then for example f2 is there. Now you can see 13 is there. Okay, now if I, now you can see 10 is there, correct? There, like when the def f2 was there, okay, so what was happening, that it was checking the scopes. So just outside of the def2 20 was there, that's why 20 was printed out. Now here if I declare the entire function inside the function one, then in, like, obviously above this scope, what is the value of x? 10 is there, that's why 10 is getting printed out. Now if you want to like this one, then you can see 20 is getting printed out. Now for example this one if I do, then 20 and 13 would be printed out. So that is the scenario. Okay, this is the block under which another block is there, which has been explained inside this diagram. See, inside this block another block is there, inside this block another block is there, inside this block the green block is there, inside this one there are for example two blocks. For example two blocks, like for example if I write another function, okay, another function if I write, and if I call it as f3, okay, and it would be f3, and for example if it is 134 for example, and if you write, you can see 134 is getting printed out here obviously, and then 13 is getting printed out, and for example as the 10 is not there, that's why it is taking the 20, which is a global value. So in this way actually local and global variables actually work. Okay, there are two formats you need to understand, this one which I already explained, and also this one, which would be like several functions would be there inside a Python file, and one, for example, one global variable. So if any one of them will not be there, then it will pick directly this one. And if you like do like this, then obviously once, like if it is not available, then it will check for this one. If it is not available, it will check for this one. If it is not available, then it will check for this one. If it is not available, it will check for this one for sure. Okay, now here there is a catch. For example, I want to use, like, if it is not available there, if it is not there, I want to use directly this one. How would I do that? Correct. Let's check. Here you can see some examples are there. Okay, if you want to check, okay, no worries. Okay, so there is a note here, as there are no locals. Okay, the value from the globals will be used, but make sure that both the local and global variables should have the same name. Obviously here if you like give, if it is not x, then obviously who will print it? That's why the global and local variable name should be always same if you do not, if you want to use it. Okay, so that's the basic thing. Okay, now as I was saying, this issue that if you want to use this one, if it is like it is not there, for example, and if you want to use this variable, then how would you do that? The global keyword comes under the picture here. So how the global keyword actually works? Okay, let me take this example, and let me go inside the PyCharm t12 t2.py. Okay, now what will happen here? Okay, here function f is there, where global as all these things we have declared, and we have the script is here. Okay, so at first the as is equal to Python is great, that is a string, Now we are calling the function, it is coming global s, that means this s we are talking about. If we do not use this global word here, then s will be treated as a local variable, as I have explained in the earlier examples. So this global keyword, what it does, that it will set that okay, this as we are talking about, and then we are going to execute that string concatenation will happen. Then Python is great, and then ABCD will be coming up. Then if you print it, this thing will be coming up, and then if you set s equal to this, then this s only will be replaced with a new value, which is we have set Pritham Paul, this string, and then that string will be printed out even after the execution of the function also. Function even like this value would be remain the same, and that would be printed out. That's why you can see this one, Python is great, ABCD, then Pritham Paul for this one, sorry, for this one, and then for this one Pritham Paul is getting printed out. That is the power of the global keyword. Okay, so this is the basics. Okay, now if you want to do this exercise, for example, let me give you the one sec. Now if you check this one, a equal to 1, okay, a equal to, sorry, yeah, a equal to 1, and then def f, printf inside f a, okay, then g, a equal to 2, inside g, this one, then h is another function, global a equal to 3, and then this is the one. Now this is the script which will be executed. Now tell me what will be the output. Okay, pause the video and write down in the comment section what will be the output, or if you want to write, if you write on your own paper also, that's not a problem. And pause the video and write the output, and then when I will run and I will explain, just make sure that either where you are doing the mistake. Okay, first of all, what will be the output? So f is there, okay, global, okay, a, okay, a means 1 would be printed out, f, that means again 1 would be here, yeah, 1 would be printed out, okay, and then here a would be there, okay, so 1 is there, 1 1 1, and then g inside the 2 will be there, so 1 1 1 2, and then again 1 would be there, and then 3 would be there, I guess. Let's check. See, 1 1 1 2 1 3 3, that's it. So see what it is happening, like a is there, global one, obviously this is because these are not the part of the thing now, so obviously a will directly pick the 1. Inside f there is no a, that obviously globally it will take, okay, automatically 1 would be there, okay, inside f. Now global a, again it will be 1 because a value has not been changed. After that, inside g we are assigning the a equal to 2, that's why the a is coming as inside j, which is 2. Okay, after that global one obviously would be 1 because this is a local variable. We haven't set it as global, that global reference would be working and then that global variable would change. It's not like that. So obviously globally again 1 would be printed out. Now inside h, what will happen, that global a we have declared, that means it is referencing the global variable which is 1 previously it was set. Then obviously a equal to 3 means that global variable has been changed to 3, and then we are printing out inside h, which is 3. And then again we are in the last time we are printing the global, which already has been changed by this function, by this global keyword. Then obviously 3 would be printed out. That's why 1 1 1 2 1 3 3 has been printed out. That is the output. Okay, if you are not clear, I would say watch the video again and try to understand what is the global variable and the local variable. Okay, so this much for today, guys, and this is the complete like basics we have explained regarding the global variable and the local variable. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. And yeah, so this much for today, and see you in the next video with some new topics.